Hello my friends. Right now I'm going to show you a couple of custom fire trucks I've been working on. The first is Maisto Denver Pumper TFD, Tonka Fire Department, engine 17. As you can see, the vehicle itself has been painted solid red. It's got custom painted hose bed with custom painted manifold lines. I've also painted the deep chrome. I painted the I'm drawing a blank on what it is. The actual nozzles, and I'm not sure what you'd call it, part of the engine. The middle section is chrome. I've painted the base chrome from the initial color, which was black. It needs some touch-up paint, but I'll fix that. You can see a few spots where the paint didn't settle correctly. I've also chromed the front bumper, and on the rear I've also chromed the rear bumper. I'm not sure if the paint's a little hard to keep from splashing everywhere. And guess what? There's supposed to be a chrome. I figure that this is supposed to be an open rear, but if it is, well then, suppose it shouldn't have the chrome, but since it is closed, I decided to chrome that just for the effect of it. The other custom I've done is the Maisto version of the Oshkosh ladder truck. Essentially it looks just like the Matchbox one, save it were for the fact that it uses plastic parts. And the newer version, as I understand it, has lowered wheels. I always like this version because it has utility-looking wheels. They look very sturdy and serious. This one was the number 32 Tonka truck. It has been completely repainted in red. There may be a few places where the paint has sort of faded, or rather, when the paint settled, it didn't. There might be a few spots where the striping, and when it settled, I think it may have gone a little thin. The bottom has been painted on this one too, so the silver color again. I just used regular acrylic for both. And one of my favorite detail facts is that these two, when I started painting them, they were actually scratched up. Pretty severely too. The engine 17 had a lot of black splatter, not sure from what, right back here. And so I painted that part red. And when I did the hose bed, I actually had trouble trying to get the exact right color. I like the color I got. I don't remember how I got it. I mixed two different colors to a certain consistency, two different acrylic colors, and it just happened to work out perfectly. I do need to detail. I think I need to paint right around the, you can tell maybe slightly, you can see some of the scratching right near the actual manifold lines. There's some spots that need red, a little red, just a tad of red paint, just to get some areas that may have been scratched when the vehicle was being played with. That's both of these. I'm working on some others. I may buy some extra Denver pumpers, and by the way, I do not believe that the apparatus model is a Denver pumper. Thinking about it, it may have been based on the ALF Century pumper, this American La France. Although I was never too sure because the pumper itself doesn't seem to look much like any of the pumpers I've looked at. I will point out that I do believe that the Denver marking on the bottom of this pumper and the naming of the pumper, the Denver pumper, comes from a Matchbox pumper that had the printed word Denver on it, made by Lesney Products in the 70s. And as for the Oshkosh, I think it's safe to say that if this is an actual, this one doesn't really have a name. It never has, at least as far as I was concerned. It didn't say anything on it. It was just a ladder truck, so it was kind of a generic. But I took it to be based on the Matchbox Oshkosh, which I don't know what that was based on, although I'm sure there's a reason it's called Oshkosh Tower. These are my two customs. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more.